You ever have one of those moments that burn themselves into your memory forever, the kind that changes everything about how you see someone? That's how it started for me. With her, standing there in the soft morning light, wearing my shirt and nothing else, I didn't plan for that moment. I didn't plan for any of this. But life doesn't wait for your plans, it just crashes into you, uninvited, and dares you to feel something real. It all began a year earlier, on a rainy evening in the city. I had just moved into a small apartment above a coffee shop after my breakup with Lily, 3 years together, gone in a week of arguments and silence. I was tired of everything: work, friends, myself. I had stopped believing in second chances, especially the kind that came wrapped in laughter and messy hair. Then came Mia. She worked at the bookstore across the street. I saw her every morning carrying boxes, fighting with the wind as it tangled her hair, sometimes humming to herself. She had that kind of smile that looked like sunlight after days of rain, bright, careless, healing. But I never talked to her, not really. Just smiles through windows, short nods on sidewalks. Until one night, everything changed. That night, the city lost power. The rain came harder than I'd ever seen, and thunder rolled like the sky was breaking. I had just lit a candle when there was a knock at my door. I opened it to find Mia, soaked, shivering, holding a wet cardboard box in her arms. I'm sorry," she said, her voice trembling. "The roof at the bookstore's leaking. Everything's getting ruined." I didn't know where else to go. I didn't think twice. I took the box from her and told her to come inside. She stood in my living room, dripping water onto the floor, laughing nervously. I gave her a towel, then one of my shirts because her clothes were drenched. She disappeared into the bathroom to change, and when she came out, my heart stopped. She was wearing nothing but my oversized shirt. Bare legs. Damp hair. Her skin glowing in the candlelight, and in that moment, everything went quiet inside me, not because she was beautiful, though she was, but because for the first time in so long, I felt alive again. It wasn't about attraction, it was about connection. It was the way she looked at me, like she saw the parts of me no one ever had. We talked for hours that night. About dreams. About regrets. About how both of us were tired of pretending we were fine. She told me about her father's death, about how she'd been running the bookstore alone to keep his memory alive. I told her about my breakup, how I'd stopped writing songs because everything felt hollow. By the time the storm ended, something had shifted. Mia stayed until morning. We had breakfast together, laughing over burnt toast. She teased me about my terrible coffee, and I teased her about how she'd stolen my favorite shirt, and just like that, she became a part of my everyday. Weeks turned into months. She'd stop by after work, sometimes just to sit in silence while I played guitar. She said it made her feel calm. I didn't realize it then, but I was falling for her, the quiet way she listened, the fierce way she cared, the way she made everything ordinary feel like something sacred. But love isn't always soft. Sometimes, it's tested. Mia started getting overwhelmed by the bookstore's debts. The landlord wanted to sell the building, and she was terrified of losing the last piece of her father she had left. I tried to help, offered her money, told her we'd figure it out together. But she pushed me away. "This is my fight," she said, tears in her eyes. "You've already lost so much. I don't want to be something else that breaks you." I didn't understand. I got angry. We argued badly. She walked out, leaving my apartment door open behind her. And for weeks after, she didn't come back. I missed her every day. Her voice. Her laughter. The way she'd steal my shirts and say they smelled like peace. I tried to focus on work, on music, but every song I wrote turned into her name. Then one evening, I saw the bookstore lights off and a for sale sign on the window. My chest caved in. I ran across the street, hoping to find her one last time, but the door was locked. I thought it was over until the morning she showed up again. I woke up to the smell of coffee and something warm in the kitchen. I thought I was dreaming. But when I walked out, there she was, standing by the counter, barefoot, messy hair, my shirt draped over her like a soft promise. "I made you breakfast," she said quietly. "I didn't know if you'd still want me here." I didn't answer. I just walked up to her, pulled her close, and for a moment, the whole world disappeared. She told me she'd sold the bookstore, not because she'd given up, but because she realized she didn't need to hold on to pain to honor her father. She wanted to start something new. "With me, I kept thinking about that night," she said. "How you looked at me, not like I was broken, but like I was still worth saving. I smiled, tears blurring my vision. You were never the one who needed saving, Mia. You were the one saving me. We spent that whole day together, cooking, talking, laughing. And when the sun set, she curled up beside me, wearing my shirt again. It wasn't about the shirt. It was about everything it symbolized: comfort, love, safety, belonging. Months later, when I played my first live show after years of silence, she was in the front row, cheering louder than anyone else. The song I sang was about her, about storms and second chances, about the girl who walked into my life wearing my shirt and taught me how to feel again. You see, sometimes love doesn't arrive wrapped in fireworks or grand gestures. Sometimes, it comes quietly, through laughter shared over burnt toast, through nights spent healing each other's scars, through a single shirt that smells like home. And if you ever find someone like that, someone who makes you feel like life's worth trying for again, don't let them go, because one day, you'll wake up, look at them across the room, and realize, they were never just wearing your shirt, they were wearing your heart.